So, this is an odd way to do a face reveal. So, as part of being an international student here, I get to do an international kitchen thing where students show their culture off by making food. They don't have anybody for next year to volunteer, so I thought I would. However, like 90% of British food is you need an oven, and they don't have an oven. Luckily, I found something that I can make, but to test that I can make it at the time, I am doing so here and now. And so, I am making bangers and mash. First, the mash. Remember to wash your vegetables. Before you start anything. And then we peel them. So, now that we've peeled our potatoes, we must now chop them up. Also get the water boiling whilst I'm at it. I can't eat that now. Once you've got your potatoes into roughly equal pieces, You can put them on to boil. Soon the water's boiling. Good, it started boiling. At which point you get out your pan. You take your olive oil that you kindly borrow from your flatmates. Now time to cook our sausages. In the meantime, whilst those things are cooking, we can chop up our onion. Once you've chopped up your onion, just got to wait for the potatoes and sausages to be done. I thought my flatmates had a potato masher I could borrow, however they didn't. So I had to go up over to the Dollarama to buy one. At the Dollarama, I also found
how it feels to chew 5 gum.
Oof, ow. Ah. Make sure you also chop up your garlic. I really need to find something else to use my garlic for. I only need like 1 clove. Two, actually. So, now that our potatoes are done, we must strain them. Drain them. And for this I shall employ the old use a lid because you don't have a strainer technique. Oh, this hurts my wrist. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Now, very warm. Leave these to sit for just a few moments to let the water evaporate out. Oh, the sausages are looking good. Good thing I'm wearing glasses, otherwise, Jesus, all this spitting oil would probably go in the eyes. Reminds me of the time where I almost, if it wasn't for my glasses, I would have flicked boiling honey into my eyes. turn it down just when I'm taking the sausages off. Ah! Ow! They're still spitting at me. Gee, why's the oil gotten worse? Oh, that sausage exploded. Our sausages. Put them to one side. Put the pan back on the hob. Take our onion and garlic. Put them in. I'm going to cook them off until they're nice and soft. Next, the potatoes. Once again, take your potatoes and your unsalted butter. I do not have measuring scales here, so I cannot know how much butter I'm putting in. But it doesn't matter. It's fine. And add some milk to loosen it up a bit first. And remember to put your butter back in the fridge once you've done with it. Mashed potatoes, they are done. In fact, now our mashed potatoes are done, we can combine them with our sausages. This is going to be a big meal. Just added the sausage broth back to the pan with the onions and such, because that's what our gravy is going to be made out of. Of course, the aim is to make it in 45 minutes, and it has been about 40 minutes since I started, but I will have 30 people helping me skin the potatoes and chop the onion. They won't let them cook the sausages or anything. That would be way too dangerous. They have to do a whole other risk assessment, I'm sure. I could eat that as is now, but the gravy is absolutely necessary for bangers and mash. I think the onions are, yeah, they're almost there. Let's get the flour out. Because whilst I could heat up this beef broth and just pour it on the sausage, that would be horrific. And so we must thicken it up with flour. I'm going to find something to do with all this flour as well. Since I only need 3 tablespoons and I got a smallest bags, kilogram of course, because flour. Sun's really annoying. Now, counterintuitively, we're actually going to cook the flour first. This is to apparently get the rawness out of it. Maybe I'll make a cake later and record myself doing that as well. Just have to cook the flour for 2 minutes, hopefully it doesn't set on fire and burn down the house. That would be horrific. Hello. Time to add the broth, slowly, bit by bit. Cool it down a bit. Up. Now I'm sure that my Maybe we should have cooked the onion for a bit longer. Make sure that all the flour is nicely combined. And it should be nice and thick. If it's not thick enough, I suspect you can just let it cook for a bit and then some of the liquid will boil off. Let's give it a little taste. Oh yeah, that tastes like gravy. It's getting a bit too thick now. Stuff falls off. Away. See that? Actually, why am I putting it into a bowl? I can just pour it straight onto the thing. So, 54 minutes. It's pretty good. I could definitely email off to whomever I need to email. But that, actually I should show you the finished result. Perhaps a little much gravy, but nevertheless. The sun. That is how to make bangers and mash.